Was looking for this Halo commercial. I was making dinner and I had my iPad playing, and I just get freaking stupid ads, right? And I'll try to click through them if I'm there, if I'm able to, but the ad was playing, and sometimes it's important to see these things. And I caught this ad and I was looking for it for like an hour. I couldn't find it, but maybe you've seen it. Maybe it's brand new. Nobody seems to have it up yet. But it's with the game Halo, and it has a black woman playing the video game and turning into a machine while she's playing the game. And I can't remember the exact sort of slogan or phrase that was used. It was like, you're becoming part of the game. It's almost as if it was meant to be. So by the end of the 30-second quick little short commercial, the black girl had turned into a complete robot, basically, or like the Master Chief, but a complete robot version, right? Of the. It was like, I was free. Well, I saw it. I was like, and the thing too is that you can't even push back. I tried doing this on my iPad, and I tried doing it on the desktop. Like when you see these commercials, unless you find the actual commercial, unless you actually, like, somebody's uploaded it to their channel, the commercials that they flash, the quick ones, you can't even scroll back on them. I think they do that on purpose. Somebody will have it up eventually, but then I was looking and I found all this other shit. That's what happens, right? You go down the rabbit hole. So I caught this one here, Halo Top Ice Cream. So Halo is important because just let me explain, because some people probably have no clue. There is this, I'm going to try and fit this in the window here a bit better here. There is a big video game series on the Xbox that's called Halo. Halo. Now, Halo is, well, I mean, in the game, if you've ever read Ringworld, one of the, classic sort of sci-fi, I don't know if it's from the 60s or 70s, but I read it several times. And it takes place on this orbital sort of station, this orbital world that is like, it's kind of like the circumference, or not the circumference, but the, if you think about the Earth going around the sun sort of thing, making a massive sort of platform, say around a sun or something like that. And then like they did in the movie Elysium, right? So that there is like this ever expanding huge world, that a ring world sort of thing that simulates gravity and whatever, right? So you know the concept, but the halo is also what Corona is, right? Because it's a ring. That's what they call it, a halo. And I show this all the time. So if you think about when there's this whatchamacallit, a lunar eclipse, right? A lunar eclipse of the sun, you get the sun behind the moon, and you get the ring, which is the corona, which is the halo. So this is all dealing with Kobe and everything else. So they're showing us things. So they're saying from the commercial, it seemed to me, well, I mean, it's pretty evident. And there's other commercials. I'm going to show you another one, because I found another one that came out just a week ago, and it's getting a lot of praise. But I'm going to show you, it's getting, you know how it works, right? They want the sheeple to see this stuff. The sheep will see it, and then the sheep will have all their, gamer and crap entertainment Hollywood sort of networks that promote it, and everybody sees it, and then everybody has a reaction, and then everybody does a selfie, and then everybody does a reaction video or whatever, trailer reaction or whatever. This is my kind of trailer reaction. But yeah, the theme being that they're turning humans into machines, and they're using video games as one of the methods of accomplishing this, because it's a psychological and it's an addiction. When you get into video games, they suck you in, and they rewire your brain, like porn rewires your brain as well. And they know this, so they're doing this to people, and they're showing you more or less in their commercials and whatnot. I mean, I only see, like, I see little tiny slices here and there. I was lucky to catch that. Unfortunately, I don't have it because it's not available as far as I can tell. So, check this out. Halo Top ice cream. Now think winter is coming, dark winter, all these things. Ice cream. Now, they're, you know, I just covered it the other day, or was it Friday? The fake ice cream sort of thing, right? That they're pushing. It was Ben & Jerry's. And they come out with this frozen dessert. You gotta like the way they put that. Frozen dessert. Yeah, I guess so. And frozen Soylent Green, basically. It's more of the plant-based crap that they're trying to get. And they're going to shift everybody. As I said, the cockroach milk and all these things. They're going to ban milk, regular milk, and eating meat by 2030 for sure. And probably sooner if they get their way. They're turning us all into machines, and I think what they're saying is that it's in the products that probably have this nanotech now that we're all ingesting, and the more of this really crappy stuff you eat, potentially, I don't know, I can't know for sure, but we're going to look further into this. Obviously, Camille, I think of her all the time. Yeah, you gotta, you know, we gotta check more into this because there's something going on here with this. Like there's something that they're telling us in these commercials. So this is interesting because you can see how I found this one. Halo Top ice cream, right? Like what would make me search that up? I've never heard that before. Halo Top ice cream. And maybe we could check out the symbolism because I'll put it in a Scroogle search here and see what it brings up. There, Halo Top ice cream. So they sell it. It seems like it's coming out in a lot of different places, and we'll just look at the images here to see. Yeah, oh, check this out. This is nuts. Holy crap. Wow. Oh, man. Yeah, I figured there was something worth checking out here. There's a lot of things I catch right away. You notice the cube right away. It's all there. That's the Hive, of course. The Saturn cube, the Hive Mind, Halo Top, the crown. You see the gold on that. And then you could say here, it's almost like a ghost. You see, with the little arms going up here and the cape. That's kind of what it makes me look like. But it also, oh, ghost. I'm pretty silly. More now when I look at it, it's not that you can't see the horns, but it kind of looks devilish too, eh? With the pointy ears, sort of thing. I mean, you can interpret that a few ways. You've got the honey dripping down. Now, the interesting thing, do I have that? I don't think I have it. Okay, so another commercial. You can't make this up. You cannot make this shit up. You guys got to listen to this. There's another commercial that I caught because I probably spent close to 2 hours trying to find this commercial. I was watching a ton of commercials because they kept coming up, and there was Mr. Beast, who is like, he's like the YouTube's biggest shill. I mean, the guy is making gazillions of dollars. And they just do these idiotic sort of things. Oh, I gave my friend, my best friend a house. I gave my best friend a Lamborghini. You know, whoever stays in the pool longest wins $30,000 or $100,000 or $1 million. I mean, these guys throw around money like nothing. Logan Paul and all these characters. So he's promoted by YouTube, and he's constantly trending. He's one of the most popular channels. And guess what he was doing? He's in a commercial and he's saying, hey, everyone, stop what you're doing right now. Stop what you're doing and go to every computer in your house and download this app. What's the app, Jeff C? Well, it's an app Jeff C has talked about more than once. I've done more than one video on this. So let's say Honey app. Check this out. And I've shown this. So this is all stuff that I covered. Okay, there's the Honey. The 6, there's a 6 here, there's a 6 here, and then there's a 6 there. Just like Disney, right? 666. Honey. So Honey, Hive Mind, right? The Saturn, the hexagonal cube. And what is Honey? It's some place out of a place we're not allowed to talk about that people put on their browsers and it's supposed to give you better prices. That's what they tell you. Okay, so you know what it is, right? It's an app, and it's always on, and it's always in the background. And what it does is, if you just so happen at some point in time to, I don't know, go to Amazon or go to any sort of website that's offering you a product, right, that you can buy, Honey will automatically jump in and give you a better price. Like they'll find the best price available, they'll find whatever. So they're enticing people to do this. So what Mr. Beast was saying, he was saying, go right now, stop. This is the most, okay, top 10 YouTuber easily in terms of views, maybe top 5. I mean, you're talking the most popular channel thereabouts on YouTube. And this guy gets 20, 30, 40, 100 million views, right? I'm sure everybody knows who I'm talking about. I'll show you in a second. But Honey app, and I showed how all these different characters, Shelly DeFranco and so many others, iJustine, and oh man, the list goes on and on. All these wretched YouTubers, all the top YouTubers were promoting this app. And this is why I called it out, because they were making 666s when they were promoting it. I was showing, they were going, this is great, and they'd be making the 666 sign, and they say the Honey, and you got the 666 here, and you get the app, and the app comes from the place people are not allowed to talk about, and the app is always on. It's always on in the background, watching everything you do. You follow me. So Mr. Beast, the Beast, you understand, of course, Mr. Beast here, and they know. That's why Mr. Beast here, check it out. That's who I'm talking about. Mr. Beast. And he is probably the biggest channel that pushes this, but all of them do, basically. So, yeah. So keep all that in mind. Now, let's go back to that commercial there. This is just crazy. I wasn't planning on doing this, but then I was just getting further and further. So you see the honey, the hive, the hexagons, all these things, the transhumanism, which I'm going to show you in a second, and this commercial, Halo Top ice cream, or shall we say frozen desserts. Now look at this. This is like an inverted, well, it's kind of like a take on 2001. It's like the ending of 2001. At 2001, guess what's going on? Oh, you know what's going on, folks. You know what's going on. Let's just... Monolith. The monolith, of course, is popping up everywhere. It's all over your news. How to build a monolith, New York Times. Monoliths, why are these strange I've been covering this whole thing. So, monolith, and then we go to 2001, and we have the monolith as the symbol, like this symbol, right? Which is, you know, it's Stanley Kubrick, right? So it's many layers upon layers, and somebody that was a deep insider to so much of what's going on. We have all the alien stuff going full force at the same time, folks. So follow me with this. Of course, this symbol also represents transhumanism, because it's through the apes interacting with the monolith. This is like, so when they're showing, this is what they're showing, some sort of human evolution. Where, and if you've seen the movie, it's the opening scene. It's pretty unforgettable. If you've seen it, Arthur C. Clarke, of course, predicted so many things that have happened. Oh boy, this is gonna get bigger. Check this out. I'm the right person to do this too. Arthur C. Clarke, rings, right? Check this out, because he was the one that pretty much invented this concept. Arthur C. Clarke, where he had designed these spacecraft. This is what I'm talking about, 2001. In 2001, that idea of a ring that could spin, which would create gravity. Now, also in 2001, check this out. This is blow your mind. 2001 iPad. They had iPads. Yeah, he's not making it up. They walk around with these things. So they're on a ring world. And 2001 is about that merge of man and machine. Dave, Hal, of course, the supercomputer, and the man go to war, but in the end, the man gets sucked into the black hole or whatever, right? And then merges, and he sees himself, or he is aged massively, but he's in this pristine sort of environment. He's in this immaculate sort of setting. Well, that's the setting there. So the 2001, just a Dave old, right? Old Dave. So you remember the scene. This is the setting here. So it's almost the same what we have in this commercial, which I'm going to show you, which I completely stumbled upon. And there is the monolith, the iPad, the black cube, right? It's their symbol. It's everywhere. And also, just to recall, if you don't remember, Monolith 2001, what happened in 2001? 9/11. Well, there's a monolith there in New York City. There it is. And that was overlooking the World Trade Center. And the World Trade Center came down. The monolith was there. It's the monolith building. So you see the monolith here in 2001. There it is, 2001. Here it is. That's the IBM supercomputer. Right? Remember the supercomputers? And then you've got here. That's 9/11. I know it's kind of small. I apologize. It couldn't be much bigger, but the monolith being there. So this is all part of their rituals that they're showing us. I know I'm going to miss a million things here, but there's the monolith. So you see, so demonic, eh? It's just crazy. You can see it there again. This is a better view of it. Unmistakable. Now, so let's go back to that commercial then. Where is it? Hilarious Halo Top ice cream. Check this out. So remember the scene, Dave, and Dave wakes up. He's gone through the black hole or whatever, and he's merged with machine or whatever. He's in a he watches the birth, say, of the new human, right? The baby sort of thing, which is a merge between tech and computer and man. And of course, Hal was the one that made it all happen, which is a supercomputer that, you know, brought that whole consequence of events that led to what happened, sort of thing. So anyways, let's watch this. So you see, you know, you got your obvious symbolism here. You've got also coming down here, it's almost like it's going into her head here. So you could say like the supercomputer or whatnot. And this woman here is typical of how much of the older generations are going. They're all getting dementia, right? They're all losing their mind and stuff like that. Well, check this out.
Oh. Hello.
Good morning. It is time for ice cream.
What's good? What you
Eat the ice cream.
Where am I?
Humans require ice cream.
What is this place?
Eat the ice cream.
I don't want any more.
Eat the ice cream.
How long have I been here?
You're so hungry for delicious ice cream.
Get that away from me. Where's David?
Where's David? Of course, David and God. The Sistine Chapel, of course. And check this out. What happens? He goes, where's David? Dave, right, from the movie. Where's David? And
Everyone you love is gone.
Now, I want you to think about this. There's something they're showing us. Think about the 6 by 6 by 6 cubes that they're delivering the vaccines in, right? The cubes, of course. You get the symbolism. TMF showed that, right? They had the 6 by 6 by 6 cubes that they're going to use. They have to keep them at minus 70 degrees Celsius, I believe. So there's a heavy, heavy symbolism. I don't know when this one came out. A few years ago, it looks like, by the date here. And so this woman, this white woman, wakes up and she's given what looks like a vanilla ice cream here. Which, of course, if you remember, the Bill Nye the Science Guy, of course, had a big thing with ice cream where they had all the different genders and... just turns me nauseous just thinking about it. But yeah, they're telling us something here. And so they say, he says, well, what does he say?
Where's David?
Of course, I scream for you, I scream for me, I scream. That's what it is. It's I scream, not ice cream. I hear it as I scream for you. Let's play that little part again. Yeah, it's clearly, I know it's subtle, but to me it's clear she's saying I scream for you, I scream for me. But I know you, ice cream for you, ice cream for me, right? Ice cream, you can tell the difference. Ice cream for you, ice cream for me, right? Let's play that little part again, but check out what he says, the robot here.
Everyone you love is gone. There is only ice cream.
Everyone you know is gone. There is only ice cream. And this is the same setting that you saw in 2001. I mean, virtually. With the floor is identical, right? Where do I have this one again here? Okay, so I just happenstance. I mean, it's just total coinky dink. This is the kind of I mean, when I do this work, and I've been doing it for so many years, I've made a lot of videos like this where it's just you see me falling down the rabbit hole while I'm doing this. This is kind of why I'm doing it like this, because I'm piecing together a lot of this right now. So you've got the halo, right, with the devilish, ghoulish sort of 280. I don't know. The H with the halo, the crown, right? Clear, that's a crown, right? That corona is a crown. Of course, they're delivering the coronavirus vaccines in 6 by 6 by 6 crates, frozen, kept at minus 70 degrees Celsius. I don't know what that works out in the Fahrenheit. Maybe somebody wants to do it, but we've got the purple symbolism as well. Halo top. Now, what else are in the black and white? There's a lot of other things too. And I'm sure I'm missing a bunch. If you are shouting at the screen if I miss things, please leave it in the comments below. I really appreciate that. So what else I'm going to show you here? See, Halo commercial. I was looking them up. Okay, so this is the one I'm going to show you here. And again, I played a little bit of Halo once with my friends, and it was like, you know, like I'd only played it once, and it was like a group thing, and it was kind of fun, you know, because but I got killed over and over again because I didn't know the maps or anything, and there was guys that played it every night kind of thing, but it was whatever, right? But the thing is that the game itself is all evolved around the ring worlds. Now, this could come into play with the whole aliens thing that they've got coming. But it was Arthur C. Clarke who kind of invented that concept. If I'm not mistaken, folks, Arthur C. Clarke was the first one to imagine a ring world, a ring, like a spacecraft and a, you know, what you see in 2001. And then the guy, I think his name's Larry Niven or something, I can't remember. He wrote the book Ringworld, and then Ringworld had the actual ring, the whole ring thing in it, sort of thing. And there's been a whole bunch of sci-fi, a whole bunch of books that I've read that have that theme, or they have spaceships that do the exact same thing. I'm trying to think. There's even one by Arthur C. Clarke, Rendezvous with Rama, I think. I remember that one, where they're in a giant ship that's like a giant ring world. It's spinning, so it's like the whole yeah, the whole whatchamacallit, aircraft or spaceship is like a world on the outside of it. Not on the outside, but on the inside, but on the edges. If you go towards the center, you lose gravity, sort of thing, right? Or you become weightless. But if you're on the edges as it spins, you know, there's lakes and rivers and mountains and all these things, kind of thing, right? Like and you've seen that too with the Genesis project and the. Oh, that's a little bit different on Star Trek. But anyways, if you're a sci-fi guy, please chime in, because I used to read a ton of it. I haven't read much sci-fi at all these days, but this is a common theme. Now, check this out. Look at this one.
Ever since I took a sip of my drink.
So ever since I took a sip of my drink, now the drinks are kept ice cold, of course. And this is the Xbox Series X. X, of course, is multiple. It's all Saturn symbolism. The X also represents as above, so below, and you know, like all these different, the X chromosome, all these different things. But it's Saturn, right? It's X, and X, X, Series X. That's a lot of X's that they're putting in there. They always code these things with Taco Bell. Now check this out.
From Taco Bell, and won the all-new Xbox Series.
Check that out. So he's drinking, and he's becoming a machine while he's drinking his beverage here.
Unimaginable powers at my fingertips. It might be too much for some. It turns out, I was made for this.
Calvin, why do you keep talking like that?
Like what? Get a medium or large drink.
Typical, you know, multiracial couple, but right? Why do you keep talking like that?
Why do you keep talking like that?
Like what? Get a medium or large drink from Taco Bell, and you too can enter for a chance to win the all-new Xbox.
And that's interesting too, how the table goes from being like just a wood table to like it's like Tron, right?
X.
Very interesting. Now, what else did I have to show you here? Master X takes his helmet off. No, that wasn't anything there. Oh, yeah. They got another commercial. This is one that's making the rounds, and it's dealing with the humans. Okay, so they're showing, like, yeah, it's typical. You know, it's always, like, almost most of the commercials now. And I have no problem with it, but it's, you know, always black families. But they show this black household. And anyways, it's just a people household. Let's not make the mistakes that they do. All right, so this family, and everybody in the family is under mind control. Like, every one of them is hooked up to their device. And the dog is going around, the cute dog is going around from person to person to person, trying to get their attention because he wants to go outside, or he wants to go play with the dog next door or something like that. But check this out.
Holiday commercial. Obviously, the gameplay on the screen from that commercial.
Whoops. All right, I didn't know that this guy's voice was here. Let me go back there. See if I can find the commercial. Let's put Halo commercial here. And they got some old ones here too, and I'm not going to go through any of those. I was looking for the more recent ones. And let's see here, this week, what can we find? So doesn't seem like the commercials themselves are coming up. But these are the kind of things that you get when you're flipping through. Okay, so I do have more to show you here. So yeah, in this commercial, what happens is the dogs are they're watching the humans, and all the humans are hooked up to their virtual worlds. Like you see one of the mother or something's playing, I guess it's Minecraft, right? The cubes, of course. And you know, that's the mother there. She's doing something. Her daughter's doing something. I guess the daughter here is doing that. And the dog's going from room to room. The guy is playing a flight simulator here, or like a World War I or World War II aircraft thing. And so the dog gets depressed and it goes to sleep, and then it dreams about being here. And then the dog starts doing these. And look at this.
Maybe this could have been made 2 weeks ago, but just the fact they show off Chief just shows that Halo, they're still betting big on Halo. Like, they showed off, like...
I'm sorry about the nerdy guy, but I was just trying to get the some of the symbolism that they're showing here. This one isn't nearly as bad as the one that... it's not nearly as bad as the one that I saw, and the one with the guy drinking the freaking Taco Bell stuff and turning into the machine. But the one I saw was just like, whoa, it was just mind-blowing. How it was. And then they got this one. Is there anything?
Cortana is our concern.
No, that's just another stupid one. And Halo Taco Bell. This one here. I was looking everywhere for this, and it's just the video game world. Become Halo, and that's what they were saying, I believe, in the whole thing. And there's the ring world, as I told you there. So the ring world. And I don't know where all of this goes, but this is all the symbolism. The halo is the crown. The halo is the corona, right? Like that, it's all the same sort of symbolism that they're using. So the video game coming from Microsoft, of course, which has the what is the Microsoft? What's the new Microsoft here? Let's see if we can find it. Xbox One X, Xbox, the new one. New Xbox. Let's see. We can find, yeah, see? Oh my god. I knew this. I just didn't think of it right at the moment. Oh man, this is, oh wow. So it's the cube, it's the monolith again. And Sony's, look at this, Sony's got the monolith as well. And it's in white with the black sun here. And this is, I believe, the other version, but it's still the same monolith, the black in the inside there sort of thing. But yeah, it's pretty clear, eh? So this is piecing together a lot of this stuff. There's so much more. It's almost like everything that is happening is being orchestrated in one way or another, right? Like, I mean, talking about all, like, if we think about it, all the video game, right? The big tech corporations, obviously, all the fast food corporations, the banks, all the Bilderberg corporations and institutions and academic and government as well are all part of this new world order. And so like everything has a meaning. There's so many of these symbols that are being thrust, and they're coming out full on, like full on. I've seen so much dealing with Satan and the devil, and there's a lot of stuff I've been working on behind the scenes, like being next year, 2021, being the year where everything kind of comes out, right? But yeah, this is pretty damn clear that they're moving us towards the, I guess you say, the singularity, or the great change forevermore. And people may not realize this because we often get caught up in the here and now, which is only understandable because there's so much going on and all of our rights are being infringed upon and everything is happening. But this is all happening for a reason, or at least they believe, right? But their biggest thing really kind of coming forward is not so much of what they're going to do with well, the tech is always huge, but the tech in our body, meaning that what we're going to become is the biggest thing. Like, that's the game changer. Like, whatever you invent, it's like, you know, inventing automobiles didn't make us all that more, you know, accomplished, say, or different, say, than riding horses, right? In fact, you could argue pretty convincingly that riding horses takes more skill and keeps you in better shape and is more enjoyable. But the bottom line is that you're still a human being, right? But where this is going, and you saw with Taylor Swift, and I mean, there's just so much, right? The show, I'm gonna have to watch the show Westworld. I mean, I saw the first season, but I haven't seen the second season because it makes me feel not well watching it, because I feel like, oh gosh, they're showing that, oh, there's that, oh man, that's the way I feel watching these shows. Like, I can't enjoy them. I have a little bit too much awareness of what they're up to, and so it makes me a little bit well, it's a little discouraging to watch. I mean, that's putting it politely. It can be downright depressing watching these things, because you feel like, oh my gosh, look what they're going to do to us all. So what do you think? I mean, the symbolism of 2001, the fact that the peaceful animal, because that's what they depicted us as, touches the monolith representing, right, the change, the technology itself. It represents the New World Order as well. I mean, it represents the merging between man and machine, the transcendence, the singularity, all of these things that they're moving us towards. So I think that ultimately that is the big game changer, and I'm just wondering if what they're showing is that, and this is what I speculate, is that whatever's coming in the vaccines, or whatever, it might not even be in the vaccines, it could just be a huge red herring. It could be in the food, it could be in your ice cream, it could be in your frickin' it could be in those frozen desserts, right? Like the Ben and Jerry's. Let me just show you that for a second. Ben and Jerry's, and what was it? It was Kaepernick. Kaepernick. There you go. So the Kaepernick ice cream here. Check this out. And we talked about this on Friday. It also, you could say, it has the crown on it as well, the Black Power and all of this. But this is a frozen dessert, and it says change the world. Of course, they're transforming our world. I know my rights. Change the world, non-dairy frozen dessert. And it seems like it even has sun symbolism here. It looks like, I'm going to see if I can get a better photo of that. Yeah, you can, well, just there, right there. I just answered. Okay, check this out. Wow. So you have Colin Kaepernick with his ludicrous afro here. You've got the crown right there. Check it out. That's the crown. There's your Fibonacci sort of 6, 9, whatever. Non-dairy frozen dessert. And you've got the sun symbolism right here. This is the sun symbolism. So the crown, and that's what the crown is, the corona. So, yeah, the frozen, let's see if we can see the frozen COVID crates or whatever. Let's see if we can find what they are here. Frozen refrigerators, I'll just put it down. Freezers. Let's see. I put frozen COVID freezers. COVID freezers. Let's see. Bring that up. COVID freezers. Yep. So these things, they're stacked on top of each other. They're 6 by 6 by 6 apparently. And this is what they're going to deliver the vaccines in, and they have to keep them at -70, they say. It's probably like -66. And apparently, people are saying that there's a 6.6 in the virus, like one of the chemicals that they're putting in has that as well. Of course, it's called luciferase. Luciferase, the quantum dot tattoos sort of thing. And they're almost kind of like the monoliths themselves, these containers that they're distributing this in. Of course, they wouldn't use black because that would probably be too obvious. It would be like sinister. People would be like, because they want people to take it, right? So white, isn't that interesting, right? You know how it works, right? White is a more trusting sort of, more calming sort of color, an off-white sort of thing like that. Pfizer. And that's the one that they've apparently approved. But it doesn't really matter. It's all just a big show, right? All of that. But, yeah, it's just crazy. It's just nuts what's going on here. I don't know exactly where it's all going. I can only assume that, that they are depicting some sort of future human that is way more machine than anything else. I mean, if you look at this video game here, this is the sort of latest cinematic showcase or whatever for it. And they're showing, check this out. Yeah, I'm glad I found this. Check. Okay, they show this too in the recent, if you've seen the Dune film. And the Dune is all palindromes where the four letters of Dune are all the same, like the D, the U, the N, and the E all are just facing different directions. So like as above, so below, backwards, forwards, palindrome, you know, as above, so below. I'll just show you that. And imagine how much I'm missing. I Dune 2020. Imagine how much I'm missing. The Black Sun. Oh my gosh, this is just insane. Oh boy. Oh boy, you saw that though. We'll go back there. Check that out. That is just nuts. That is, well, it is what it is, folks. So what are they saying here? As I said, remember what I said? Forwards, backwards, the palindrome, as above, so below. Unus Annus, the Black Sun, the Corona, the ring. The cube. In this movie, they show the Harkonnens just briefly. And he's coming out of the black goo. And of course, yeah, you've got this, I don't know if there you could apply the ring. Of course, the ring symbolism is all over this, but let's see, Dune 2020, Harkonnen. And the scene of him, yeah, this is it. This is the only scene that you see in the preview, and he's coming out of the black goo here. This is the kind of bad guy in the, there, that's a better one. That's what they show in the trailer, that he's coming up. Now this guy is so, in the books, he's so big, so fat and corpulent sort of thing, that he has this device that helps him float around sort of thing. Well, they show it in the what is it, the 1980, the David Lynch film, if you've seen that one. So he's coming out of the black goo, and then we go back here, and look at that. So the hand coming out of the black goo. Of course, they showed that all in Prometheus as well, which was all about the origin of man, the real origin of man that, you know, was planted. And then they go to find the architects, right? And then the what happens in the latest Alien film is that their AI, their artificial intelligence, turns against them and unleashes the black goo. It unleashes the black goo on the architects, the people that created the human race, according to the film. So I don't know, you know, this is all dealing with this, but check this out. So they flip from the human here, I guess you would say, coming out of the black goo.
The Mjolnir exosuit is now complete.
And then they're showing the full-on transhumanism, right? And this is the main character in the game. There's the ring again. Yeah. And check this out. This, I guess, is being inserted in there. And that is very similar to the symbolism that they use in the show Westworld here. See, when they put the head on, this is what happens. Because there's clearly nobody in there. You can see that, right? There's nobody in there. It's just a machine. And they show the whole machine being put together. And they show this in the opening credits for Westworld as well. They show the humans being created. And they don't know that they're artificial, basically. But check this out. So they go to put the head on.
In the face of extinction. Not rise on its own. Titanium alloy cannot prevail in the face of extinction. Armor cannot hope.
11-7. Initialize.
It all means nothing.
And then they all of a sudden the human is there. You see, it's an old human that initializes it. Here's your 11-7. So that's probably going to be very significant. Which is also your 77 here.
You step inside.
Become. Yeah. Become the transhuman, basically. Right? Become the machine. You are the machine. Look at the demonic sort of lighting that comes up here. Luciferian. Halo Infinite. So it's just nuts. It really is. I don't know. I mean, there's so much more that I'll be missing from this, but I know a lot of my listeners are very savvy with this stuff and can point out a lot more, especially if you've either played the games or you've seen a lot more of the commercials, or you've know a lot about the film that's coming out or the books themselves. I only read the first one, Frank Herbert's Dune, but they're remaking all the Dune stuff, and it also has that heavy transhumanist element to it. So this is the Baron here as kind of, I don't know if that's from the sort of view of an artist's view of him in the book, as opposed to what you see in the early film sort of thing. But you can see he's more robotic than human sort of thing. Yeah, it's just nuts. It's nuts, the whole thing. So a lot of stuff going on with the honey, the symbolism, right? The browser that spies on everyone, Mr. Beast telling everyone to stop everything that they're doing and go right away and download this app on all your computers. They even said, like, go to your mom's computer and do this kind of thing. Don't just go to everyone's computer, download the app and just put it on. And Honey has the 666, and of course Honey with the hive mind, which again fits heavily into a lot of what they're doing right now. I mean, we see it all around us. In fact, we're dealing with this because we are dealing with a hive mind. The sheeple are a hive mind. They're incapable of thinking outside their paradigm. they're very close to being Borgs themselves. In fact, the Borg, when you think about it, and it's the cube as well, the Borg itself, which we will assimilate you. And with the Borg, they assimilate what? Just think about it. What's one thing you can say about the Borg? Like, what would say, Justine Turdo, what would he say? Well, the Borg are good because, right? They're diverse. They assimilate every culture, cultural appropriation. But they assimilate the culture, or they assimilate the people, and they collect all their culture and everything, and then they wipe them. Or they just, they take control of them. They become machines. They become they're a hive mind. So the Borg has the hive. Here, I'll just put that in here. Borg and hive. So that's how they operate. They even have queens in the show and the movie, that they have the queen. So they fight the Borg. The Borg is this massive sort of race of transhumanists that take over everything, and they just incorporate every single species that they come across. We will assimilate you. If you don't know this, like, probably a lot of people that are listening would know this, but they operate in hives, and they have a hive mind, and they have a queen, of course, and they fly around these giant freaking Saturn cubes, and they assimilate everything. And yeah, it all fits into, I haven't seen any of the new Star Treks, like, they're just unwatchable for me. But this is some of the more classic stuff from the Next Generation Star Trek. In fact, the Borg were humankind's greatest threat, that they were going to take over everything. So basically, the Borg is the transhumanists. Like, that's what it is. Because once you become part of the machine, you don't really care anymore. It's like, right? Like, you're medicated. You're hooked up to a machine, so all your thoughts and dreams are suppressed, and you just exist, and you just function, you just work. So what I've been saying is that it's possible that the elites of this world envision a utopic sort of existence where they live forever. Ray Kurzweil, Peter Diamandis, all these guys we talk about when we do the show with Camille, and many more, Bill Gates and all these characters, and they envision themselves as a super race. They're the supermen, and that they're going to manifest this sort of existence for the rest of us. That the rest of us, we're going to be, those of us who are fit to continue, are going to exist in a slave sort of Borg-like state, where we have no thoughts and feelings. Like, they're eliminating all these things anyways, right? Through the drugs and through the tech. The tech is coming in, and they're doing telemedicine and everything, like everything because of the scamdemic, right? So that's a big thing that we talk about, is the transformation. And then, oh man, there's so much to this. It's crazy. It all kind of fits together, though, I think, with what they're doing to humanity. I think this is ultimately the threat that we all face, is that they want to assimilate us into their hive mind collective, and depopulate us, or turn us into functional machines that they can feed us the synthetic sort of Soylent Green or whatever, right? And then we can do all the work for them. We'd be more machine than we would be even human. And in the film Transcendence, by the way, and they're collecting everyone's DNA, so think about that as well, right? So all the DNA is being collected through the testing, which means they can clone you. Like, they legitimately can clone you. They also showed this, interesting, on the Callister episode. It was the USS Callister, if you saw that one. The USS, isn't this crazy how this works? So in the USS Callister, here, this is an episode of Black Mirror. All right, so what happens in this episode? Well, he has a cube, by the way, in this. What is it? This guy here, who is the captain of this, you know, it starts off in outer space, and you're like, oh, it's like a Star Trek, right? Well, it's not quite, because this guy is a software. He's a programmer. He's like a freaking super nerd, right? Super, like Bill Gates kind of thing. And he's like the second, well, he's in charge of, like, he's part of this massive virtual online sort of gaming community, right? He created this world, which is one of the most popular games in the world, right? And people are online 24/7, kind of like World of Warcraft, WoW, right? WW33, all that, right? World of Warcraft, where they got all the celebrities to come out and say, we're playing World of Warcraft. I'm this person. I'm an Avatar, right? Avatar, all the Avatar movies are coming out. But check this out. So what happens in this film, it's not a film, it's Black Mirror episode, but it feels kind of like a movie sort of thing. It's actually a really well done episode, is that the guy here, the main character, the guy here, the captain, if you will, he's really a video game producer. This is him in his job sort of thing. And what he does is he's kind of second in command, but he's so weak and he's so dominated by there's a CEO and he's like the chief operations or whatever, and then he's just a CEO, and the CEO, he's the brains, and the other guy is like all the, you know, alpha male sort of thing, and everyone kind of makes fun of him at some points, and he's really ultra nerdy and uncomfortable around women and stuff like that. So what he does is he starts collecting he has a cube in his frickin' home. It's a super sort of computer, which he takes, he gets people's coffee cups and stuff like that, and he takes their DNA from the coffee cup. It's going to freak you out. It's so disturbing, really. Because you look at the movie, I keep calling it a movie. You look at the thing, and it looks like, wow, that'd be exciting. You fight aliens and stuff like that. Yeah, that's cool. It's a spin on Star Trek. No, he takes his coworkers. He hates them all, kind of secretly. He doesn't tell them, but he hates them all. At some point, he ends up hating them because he's impossible with people. So... And this is all, again, with the virtual reality. So when they go and you play the game, you go into the world. Like you put on the, they show this several times in Black Mirror, where you put on something at your temple, and then you kind of zone out, and you're in the virtual world, and you're completely there sort of thing. So anyways, yeah, he takes all of their DNA and he recreates them in his own supercomputer, and then he terrorizes them. He goes in there and he lives... Or he goes in there to have sessions, and he has recreated all these people in his own little universe. So he's got his own little universe that he's created, the supercomputer, which is a cube, and he sticks all these people in it that are these are all his coworkers, and then he torments them relentlessly. Like he completely torments them. He beats on them. He kills them off, or they don't even kill them off because he makes them live forever. But he turns them into creatures and stuff like that. And they'll live there forever. Like they'll never leave. He can leave anytime he wants because it's his computer program. But the actual characters that he recreates from their DNA are doomed to live in that reality forever, and they can never die, sort of thing. Kind of like a video game. Like Edge of Tomorrow. You get where I'm going? So, yeah. That's really interesting, is it not? And I guess this all ties in. I was trying to remember where I was going with that. I'm going to scroll back here. It's like, I just realized the time. Okay, you see all the symbolism, right? With the synthetic human beings. Now, yeah, with the transhumanists, one of the things that they envision, or one of the things that they're planning, and it's to create emulation. So one of the things that they can do with your DNA is they can create a virtual emulation of you, and it can exist in the virtual world, or in their virtual worlds. So they might already be doing this to us, in other words. of course, they tell you that string theory okay, the basic code behind string theory, this is what some of the astrophysicists and whatnot say about string theory. So if you don't know about string theory, string theory is that all of existence is with these tiny, infinitely microscopic sort of things that particles that rebound and you know, bounce up against each other, right? They create the world, you know, kind of the midi-chlorians from the stupid freaking Star Wars sort of thing, right? That all of the universe is based on this string theory, and what they have released and what they've been putting into the public consciousness is that the string theory is a computer code, that it's the most basic computer code. It's like the earliest computer code. It's the same computer code that we use for all computers, the binary system, the black and white, the checkerboard, the right? So Freemasonic, all of this. So this all gets into it, right? Like, is it a virtual reality? Are we in a simulation? And is that the whole way that all this black magic is able to manifest, right? And so they show us these things in our films. It's pretty disturbing, right? This is the Black Mirror. Of course, Black Mirror is the black cube, which is the monolith, which is the iPad, which is the 9/11, which is, right? You see how it all kind of pieces together with they're showing us, I guess. And as someone who watches very little of popular culture, very little, and Game of Thrones, you know, Walking Dead, and what else have I watched? Not very many. I mean, I watch a bunch of nature shows, but I don't watch all that much. I tend to watch movies more, and so I miss a ton of this. I play some of the games, so I'm familiar with some of them, and I've read a ton of the books, and this theme has been omnipresent since day one, sort of thing. So yeah, there's a lot of craziness going on. And then the monoliths that are popping up everywhere, which, again, that is the most powerful symbol in the film 2001. And when I saw that, I knew what they were doing. Like, I knew that this was going to be a sequence. When I saw the one in Utah, because I knew that, oh yeah, I'm going to see a bunch more of these popping up. And sure enough, they're popping up everywhere. And again, a monolith is also very akin to the obelisk, which represent the 3 areas of power, right, within the New World, where they have the obelisk in New York City, of course, where the World Trade Center went down, of course, in London, and the other one's in Paris. But anyways, yeah, it's pretty nuts. Went on probably quite a bit longer than I intended to go. I don't know if there's anything more. I probably have more that I didn't get to. Halo commercial. And I'll just put images here just to see if there's anything else that pops up. But yeah, you see that symbolism all coming forth. Halo game. I'll just put game. I don't know, because I'm afraid there's going to be some gay porn showing up or something. Halo 4. And I guess now it's Halo Infinite is the latest. Let me know. And there, check that out. You see the ring world right there. With the 11/7. So look for that date. And you see the ring world, which looks like it's damaged. It looks like it's been attacked or something like that. This is the game that's coming out. And there's your corona with the one eye symbolism. The halo being the light around a star sort of thing. This is all the sun symbolism, black sun symbolism that's popping up, but black sun just in the game itself. We talked about that so many times over the years. Of course, black sun symbolism. Let's just put that in for a second here. Black hole sun. Remember black hole sun? Won't you come? Wash away. Black hole sun. Which when they showed you the black hole, remember they showed you the black hole? It's the black hole sun, right? That's the black hole that they showed you. But then you go back and you see super unknown, which is Christopher Cornell, CC33, with the black sun behind him. The halo. There's the halo here. And in the video, which is, in my opinion, it's the most disturbing video of all time. If you know what I'm talking about, the black hole sun video. Maybe we'll bring that up for a second here. Oh, that's the live one. Let's go back here. No, black hole sun. So you got to go to YouTube here and just put that in. Black hole sun. Yeah, this is the video here, and I can't play. Whoop, stupid ads. It's okay. I'll just try and skip ahead because I want to just show you some of the screenshots of this. Netflix. Look at the black and red satanic coloring here. Oh, there's the checkerboard. Oh boy, look at this. The cubes. Wow. Female chess players. Who, yeah. Godless. You see that? It said godless. This is the thing though. You can't scroll back. Check this out. I'm trying to scroll back. So this is how the whole frickin' stupid thing started. Soundgarden, Black Hole Sun. And they've got, check this out, 75th anniversary. I'm not sure what that says there. Soundgarden. Actually, I don't know what that's. I guess that's Soundgarden. But you see the pyramid and the black sun here. This is just nuts. The checkerboard again. The alcohol. All right, let's skip this. So this here, the black hole sun here. And I can't play any of it. But they've got the end of the world, and they've got all the Christians who are all depicted as extremely immoral. The white people. And then they show the degradation of society. The milk. Here's the milk. So the milk with the preacher. The double crosses here. And he's got, I think he's got like a lamb or something. The Silence of the Lambs. He's got a lamb, I believe, here. Yeah, black and white little, or a calf that he's feeding the milk to. Chris Cornell has got the skull here. Not sure what else he's got on. But Chris Cornell, the final, I would say that Soundgarden were definitely Satanists. You might like Soundgarden. I even had Soundgarden's albums, right? And I listened to them, but I would say they're probably Satanists. And when Chris Cornell died, the last photo he showed was of the Fox Theater and it was all coded. Everything was coded with Chris Cornell. The Fox, of course, is the 666. And yeah, then they show this coming apocalypse, and well, before the apocalypse comes, they show how everyone is been turned into idiots and degenerates by their television. There's their television, and you see the grown men on the floor, and the people have all lost their minds. They're all idiots, and they're being mind controlled into. Then they show the hive mind in this as well, and he's singing "Black Hole Sun, won't you come and wash away the pain or wash away the rain? Black hole sun, won't you come, won't you come?" And depicting, there's the ice cream. Check this out. They've got the ice cream with the little girl, kind of like a Alice in Wonderland here. and she's coming up, and I think they're barbecuing a doll, if I'm not mistaken, and the ice cream is melting because the black hole sun has arrived. Right, and then the milk, and again, if you think about it, what about the androids? So I don't know in Westworld, but in the film Alien, remember we mentioned Alien before, and the black goo, and you know how the AI turns on the men, or the creators themselves, turns against the architects who created the humanity and wipes them out with the black goo. The David, oh my god, it was David too, holy crap. So, David, Alien, Covenant. So David, Prometheus, again, David 8, and he's the android in the film. And what happens is that he's the one that he's the AI that turns against his creator, his god, basically, and unleashes the black goo on the, and creates the alien and all that, right? Like, basically. So it's like, but the original alien, Ash, which is very interesting symbolism, because Ash is the android. They didn't know he was an android, but when they started to fight him and he was damaged, milk started coming out of him. It was milk, like he doesn't have blood. He has milk for blood, sort of thing. So when they smash him apart, when they fight him, when he turns, and he's the one that brings the terror, the alien, and brings it on the ship to begin with, so that the alien starts wiping them all out. Kind of like Hal wiped out all the humans, basically, and then Dave was the only one left. David, God. The Sistine Chapel. And it's God touching David here. That's the most famous, arguably the most famous painting in the world, and extremely symbolic. So they're coming at us with all of this symbolism here. Ash, which Ash is, of course, the transhumanism, the monolith, and the aliens, of course, are that they're see, I'm so tired right now. Did you guys catch that? I just caught it now. I don't know if you caught it. Because, of course, the aliens, the Galactic Federation, the Trump Space Force. Oh man, the flat Earth. The aliens. The movie is called Alien. That's the original. In space, no one can hear you scream. And then, of course, so what was I getting at? Did you catch what I was saying? I scream, you scream. Remember from that ice cream video? Play that part again.
Everyone you love is gone. There is only ice cream.
So it's almost like the person is waking up, because the person doesn't know where they are, right? This old woman here. And it's like they're waking up in this, all of a sudden they've woken up in whatever reality is the Matrix or whatever, right? And I scream for you, I scream for me, right? Playing in the background.
Love is gone. There is only ice cream.
Ice cream, that's all we need.
Eat the ice cream, the ice cream, ice cream, ice cream.
Ice cream for you. Ice cream for me. Ice cream for some.
Everyone you love is gone. There is only ice cream.
Don't breathe or sleep.
So, you know, it's possible that it is AI that is going to wipe us out or something. That maybe that's what the whole thing is. That the AI is decided to get rid of humans or merge humans or whatever, right? Because they're giving you so much sort of indications that the artificial intelligence is a Terminator, of course. And I showed this too when it came out. Check this out. Terminator, Dark Fate. And I covered this when it happened. Now, if you look at the promo poster here, you've got the halo, the sun. This is all about transhumanism because the main character here, this person here, is a transhumanist. Now, there's a scene in Terminator, Dark Fate, which I showed when the whole thing started. Corona. I don't know if my video is probably, it's way gone. It's long gone. It's totally long gone. Okay. Corona. There's this scene. Yeah, this is it. So check it out. The scene in the movie where they're all drinking Corona. But it's a two-part scene. So there's a part in the kitchen where they put the, he actually, Schwarzenegger pops the lime into the beer, right? The Corona ritual. And then they go outside and then they give everyone a Corona. So I talked about this because I said Dark Fate with the Corona symbolism. And of course with George Floyd. The photo that they showed of him everywhere. The Corona, the sun, the halo, forever breathing in our hearts. I can't breathe. Now, the I can't breathe. And the this is, I mean, this is the, like, how does all of this happen, right? I mean, like, the whole world is a show, right? It's all I'm gonna say it's a Brothers Grimm tale, but it's all just witchcraft. It's just insane. It's absolutely crazy. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what to do at this point, but everything is happening for a reason. They're orchestrating all of this. I don't know where it ends. Doesn't look good though going forward. But he wore this shirt in 2014, if you're wondering when. I covered all of this. And George Floyd, of course, which there's just so much more too. I'm just so tired right now. I can't believe it's like close to 2 o'clock in the morning here when I'm finishing this up. I could go on for days probably going through stuff. The only thing is that I only see slices, right? So like I put together what I spot, but I'm missing 99% probably of what's available or whatever. I mean, maybe I'm getting the better top, you know, 20% of what they're showing or something, or I'm putting a lot of it together, but I'm missing a lot of it because I purposely try to not watch and partake in so much of their mind control, because I know how satanic and evil it is. So if you can help out, that really helps, and all the people that do, really appreciate it. And yeah, I'm gonna be going live tomorrow, Monday Madness. Oh boy, that's gonna be a doozy. Anyways, you guys are absolutely amazing. I love you so much, and let's stand up and let's do the best that we can. Let's don't lose hope. Keep on fighting, and keep on keeping on. And I'll see you guys all tomorrow night. Take it easy, folks.